Really happy and pleased to have with us Dave, Derrick, and Jason Hent, who directed, well, who are about to direct the new Moana, Moana 2. In France, do you know, guys, that this is another name?
Yes.
Viana.
Why is there such a difference? Do you know?
I think in different territories, certain names were available or more appropriate, and for the European market, Viana is the name that fit with the original.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yep.
that's interesting. There is a huge cultural print in this creation. How do you manage to have fun and go with the story, but also respect all this cultural legacy?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, honestly, I will say every interaction we've had from anybody from the Pacific Islands, they are fun and they are full of energy and full of life. So humor is just part of the lives. So it's sort of just pulling from all of that.
100%. You know, part of my Langafa or family history comes from Samoa, and we call ourselves the happy people. You know, humor is first nature for you know, everyone in Pacific cultures. Absolutely. And so as a way to even honor the culture is having fun.
Yeah,
But
music, dance, also,
yeah.
all of those things. So yeah, it's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
It sort of comes natural, I guess.
So for another time, it's going to be a huge celebration of joy of life.
Absolutely. Yeah, the story is definitely a takeoff. We're continuing Moana's story, and it is I think part of what the original Moana or Vaiana did is the world is a beautiful place, the characters are very fun to be with, and we are honoring that completely as we're going forward and taking our story forward.
I guess there were challenges and breakthrough in making evolve the Moana's character's arc in the sequel. How did you manage this challenge?
I mean, from the very beginning, you know, we've had the theme of continual growth and evolution. The first film, you know, Moana comes of age and she becomes the wayfinder her people need to be. But as we know in life, we're always growing and we're always evolving. So we were so excited to find that next chapter of growth for Moana. And it's something you've said before, like the first film references and helps Moana and her people reclaim their past. And now in this next story, it's paving the way for their future.
There's some logic in this, but thank you.
Yeah, there seem like there's a lot more stories to tell with Moana, honestly. And I think to Dave, what he was speaking to is at all of our different points of our lives, you learn something new about yourself. And that's where we took her story. Her own personal growth is she's learning to be, you know, she's much more of a leader at this point. She's learned to be comfortable in her skin. Her people look to her for answers. So I think all those things add up to this new storyline and how she's helping bring her people forward.
Let's talk about technology a little. Is there were there any new technologies or animation techniques that weren't available for the first one and that you used in the second one?
I think honestly, with the exception of fine-tuning of a lot of the different kinds of, we're still using all the same techniques essentially. I think we're telling it.
I've got one.
Yeah? Oh, jump in.
Ropes. Ropes were so difficult on the first film. They were one of like the hardest things, and it just broke everyone's brain. And they figured out ropes. And so ropes aren't the headache they used to be. We can use them. We can interact with them in any way.
I have another one too.
Okay.
Ian, our art director. Foam, water, like the
foam,
the foam
on
the
top
water,
of the water,
which sounds insane, but that was actually a huge
they made the water
breakthrough.
even better.
Yes. But I will say though, I think we're telling a story that has a larger scope from the amount of characters that we're seeing, the distances. I think we're trying to make sure we're adding everything into this. So we're telling Moana's story, but she's obviously in this story she's bringing her crew along, so there's more characters involved. I think it's just telling it on a larger canvas, honestly.
So if you managed to do better ropes and a better ocean.
Yeah.
Actually, do you have to hold on a little to fit with the first creation, or can you go really new and more modern, more textured?
It
mean,
fits in pretty well.
I mean, the thing I love about, working and directing at Disney is our number one priority is character and story.
Yeah.
And we have the best artists around us to help achieve those visuals.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times we don't see all of the sweat and discoveries, but we're always able to tell the story we need to do through our characters.
Yeah. But I mean, the first film and this film, I think, feel very connected visually. That was definitely much on purpose. The first film is such a beautiful film. The look of it is incredible. I think we're continuing to fine tune things like our hair, like skin, all of that stuff. I think has improved. It might not be as obvious to everyone, but someone like yourself who loves animation, I think you'll notice that it's a sophisticated version of the same things.
Tomorrow will be the first meeting with Annecy's audience,
Yeah.
which is the most reactive audience in the world.
Excited.
Yeah.
Really
How
excited.
will you sleep tonight?
I'm excited, to share our work with, fellow artists and fellow lovers of film. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And we've been working for years on this project. And so to be at this point in our project where we can start to share what we've been working on, it means so much to us.
Yeah, and we are so excited about what we're going to share. So I think it's more just the excitement of showing. I probably won't sleep well, I'll be totally honest, but it's more just because we are so excited about what we're doing and to finally be able to share some of these incredible sequences and story ideas that Dave and I have been working on this for a very long time. And it's super exciting to finally be able to bring it to a place like this with a group of people that are so receptive to animation and love it as much as we do. It's super exciting.
We guess that the work isn't done yet. So how will this be a step? How will it influence the rest of the work to hear, to feel the reactions of the audience?
Yeah.
We love, keying off of the reactions of our audience. For us, the story is always king. And so, the story is pretty well baked at this point, and we're rounding everything out. But as we get into the fine details, any reaction always helps us.
Yeah, and it's also just fuel to continue to finish this. We're in the midst of it right this second of making this film, but to fuel enthusiasm for what we're showing is super exciting, and I think we particularly picked things we think will are favorites of ours, obviously, and we're hoping that everybody else will like them as much as we do. It's really exciting.
Will the audience, will you present some musical works too?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's central in Disney's creation all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
We are singing in our heads anytime we meet some people from Disney's.
Yeah.
What are we going to hear tomorrow? Will it be different from the first Moana, or will it be connected?
It's an exciting, completely new song. It's the first song with Moana and her entire community. Real excited for everyone to see that one.
Yeah, I think every part of what we're doing there is a connection to the first film because that's where all of it is coming from. But we're always looking to push it and to continue evolving the story, continue evolving where Moana is at as a character, and we're doing that through music. So yeah, it's super exciting, the song we're going to show. So.
Moana is deeply connected to nature and ocean. Environment and I cannot say this word. I'm sorry. Environmental topics are more and more present in our lives, but also in animation creations. Can you tell us how did you vibrate on this topic?
No, I mean, for me, I love how the world of Moana invites all of us to be connected to nature, to be connected to the environment around us, both, with our ancestry and with nature literally.
Yeah.
But the fact that, her grandmother comes back as a giant manta ray, and, we'll see that there are other ancestors that come back as Aumakuas in different forms. So for me, the environmentalism speaks to more of a beautiful spirituality and a connection that people have and had with nature.
Yeah, and many of our consultants are very involved in the health of the ocean. It's obviously a very important thing to us as well. Yeah. And I think what a story like Moana does is allow you to, it embodies nature in a way that is very much, it's alive and it's a part of lives. And it's the thing in our story that we literally say connects all of the people in the story. So it's very important, and we're hoping that that just keeps people mindful about keeping the ocean healthy and treating everything with respect, because I think that's a huge part of the culture, and it definitely comes through in everything from our cultural consultants, but what we try to do in the film as well.
Here in Annecy, we are deeply connected to mountains and lakes.
Yes.
And you can see that this here creation, the poster from Regina Pessoa, has local Moana with foam and water.
Amazing.
So this is definitely your...
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. This is my second time to Annecy. My very first trip, I went out on a boat and I swam in the water, and it was amazingly refreshing. So I very much, I've felt these feelings before.
Well, you should come back to Annecy well, as much as you want. It's always, we are doors open for guys like you. And what are your best memories in Annecy?
I mean, so far, just, walking amongst the canals and then just walking along the shoreline. It's so picturesque, it's so beautiful. And then you feel just the bustling community, feeling the community that is together amongst nature. The mountains are gorgeous.
Yeah. I will say it's also interesting, we're in a completely different country and different location, but you see a bunch of very new people, but then you're like, oh, hey, people from the animation industry, from where we're back home. It feels very friendly, and I know personally from my last experience here, the love for animation here is palpable, and it's nice to be amongst peers who love it as much as we do. It's incredible, and plus this is an incredibly beautiful place. Yeah.
This is a beautiful place for the biggest animation family reunion.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming by and telling us that there's a birth to come.
Yes. Pleasure.
Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow for
great. Can't wait.
a lot of beautiful reveals.
Yeah, we're excited to share. Thank you, Alexi.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, pleasure.